Respect the law. So the citizens that also went on that side, I mean, I respect their decision for not standing by Kofa, but I also against the fact that they don't want to respect the law.
Many Liberians are saying this is a political play by your party. You guys are the one mastermind the removal of the speaker.
So on the side,
but it could be a play.
The speaker on the side,
it could be a play.
And our political leader has spoken.
It could be a play.
And the party, what they call chess.
You are playing a chess.
I know about the law. I mean, I don't talk chess. I talk the law. You are let me tell you. We are the issue, my man.
Okay. That's what's so interesting from this screen lawmaker Frank Safoko, a strongly intellectual lawmaker that clarifies some issues that is going on pertaining to the constitution of Liberia and what's actually unfolding on the grounds of the capital building with the John, with the majority block on the John Chimon. Okay, keep following TTV. My name is Emmanuel B. Thomas, and we're here again to bring you a live coverage, all the happenings on the grounds of the capital. So let me say a pleasant good morning, good evening, good afternoon. As a matter of fact, welcome to this live broadcast. We're here again on the grounds of the capital, where the speaker just arrived on the grounds of the capital with a very slow motion, in a very slow motions. This is the arrival of the embattled speaker, J. Fanatikofa. Just arrived on the grounds of the capital in a very, very, very slow move.
A lot of political things.
I'll tell you, a lot of dramatic things will happen here today. As you can see, a very fresh start in history where the speaker arrived on the grounds of the capital, the grounds of the capital bill.
Thank you. The people is doing their job. They favor the law. All right. They don't favor me. They don't favor Ponati, but they favor the law. The law. And you are dressed in black. Why are all the things dressed in black? The president has won. I've been black today because the law has won. Right. The constitution of Liberia has won. Right. The Liberian people have won.
We are told that your political leader George Weah is part of this convoy.
Where you come out of this convoy? Did George Weah tell you that he was coming here? George Weah respect the law, and the law will be the law. And these guys must respect the laws of this land. And this time around will be different. Why? Because the constitution of Liberia will be respected.
You listen to this number 9 lawmaker Frank Safoko saying the law is the law. So the law is not in favor of him or neither the speaker, but the law is in favor of what is actually happening in the country.
This morning, was someone sat down your plane?
We had a cycle this morning. Previously, our colleague on the other side was saying that the law is on our side, and today the law is on our side. So we are starting on that. And I'm sure that we all have to protect this law in this republic. They do not respect the uniform. Well, the law will take a due course. How will you do? No, the law will take a due course. Okay. The law will take a due course. Okay.
Let's see what we can have. The speaker.
Okay. We yet again on the grounds of the capital. A lot of dramatic things are happening. We're very fresh in history for the speaker to arrive on the grounds of the capital in a very slow move.
just speak to her, right? Speak to her, just the bell. Speak up. What is happening?
Gentlemen, going to be taken away from you, and now you move for the down to the capital.
We had again going in his office, walking, just like to say nothing has happened. Okay.
Fantastically. Very comfortable. Yes, we will certainly follow to the very end. So folks, we are stay here on the ground. Open up. Honorable Thomas Kosha and the Honorable Binta. So folks, we will be downstairs.
Bayo. This is the back of where today. So, listen to this lawmaker.
We will carry the country back to war.
You look frustrated.
I'm not frustrated. We want the right thing to be done. And the right thing will be done. I don't have anger. There is how as I speak. I spoke that day for 6 years. Then you say anger. What have changed? The only thing that changed. We don't have former president. We are in power. We have PB Bear, Joseph Boakai in power. And the only thing that changed.
He's a president. You need a referendum
to help. My man, I'm going.
Do you regret voting Boakai?
I don't regret. He will regret.
You spend your own resources campaigning for President Boakai.
President Boakai
is not involved in the removal of
Joseph Boakai, PB Bear, everything is involved. PB Bear, everything is involved.
What's your reliance?
This situation will be the end of Joseph Boakai presidency.
How?
When the
law is not respected, let's go by the law, man.
Okay.
If the law is not respected, Joseph Boakai will be history. Oh, you think it's hard to walk across and bring Joseph Boakai down?
It seems to be hard. It seems to be hard.
You could be invited by the NSA.
Fuck you and the NSA.
You can't.
Fuck you and the NSA.
You have to take it back.
I said fuck you and the.
You have to take it back.
Don't bring about NSA business. Okay, I'll take it back, but don't talk about NSA business. If the laws are not respected, we will use the same violation of the law to bring Joseph Boakai down from over there.
Impeachment?
Would that be the right thing?
Impeachment.
2 wrongs can make right.
No, 2 wrongs can make right. No, it will not be impeachment.
How?
If Fonati Koba had to leave at 4, Joseph Boakai will leave at 4.
Who would do that?
Yeah, you have 40
You asking if it could be used by gun, right? It could be used by gun.
So you use
Who would bring a gun?
Do you have arms?
I could bring the gun.
Where your pastor bring a gun?
I will pass anywhere Joseph Boakai will let
Do you have arms? Do you have arms?
You are studying a piece of our thing.
Do you have arms?
The peace determine on the rule of law. If the rule of law is being threatened, do you know that?
But as a leader, you're untruthful. I mean, someone may say
I owe no regret for what I say. When the Supreme Court rule, let Joseph Boakai respect the Supreme Court ruling.
You are a lawmaker.
Why you call inciting violence? Like, drop your car after you bring Joseph Boakai down. Oh, I'm saying inciting, right? I'm saying inciting.
You are a lawmaker. You are a lawmaker. You should not be a lawbreaker.
Let me tell you something.
You can be arrested for what you are saying.
Arrested by who? Arrested by who?
Arrested by the national police.
Okay, let me read.
do you have evidence that the president is
Let me
involved in
restate.
this?
I'm coming to you, Waterspoon. Let me restate what I said. If the Supreme Court.
He's Professor Cholope. He's not.
Okay, Mr. Cholope, I'm very sorry. I take it back. If the rule of law is not respected by Joseph Boakai, we will use a
The tacto is lacking. President Boakai. Seven Liberian voted him. How?
He has lost the presidency. The respect that will bring him to power for he has lost it.
He hasn't gone 1 year.
Why you call 1 year? Why you call you could for 2 years and lost it?
My question is, do you have evidence that the president is involved in this controversy?
Watch the process and see. If you don't have him in it, when the Supreme Court will respect the Supreme Court ruling.
Thank you.
The Supreme Court is the only place you can go for justice. Where do we go next?
Where has the president disrespected the Supreme Court?
Where the Supreme Court ruled that people that are on tenure positions should serve their tenure term. What did he do?
We are talking about the current issue here at the Capitol. No, but you speaking about different issues, and we discussing the controversial removal of the.
Ask me a question where the PPB Joseph Boakai bring.
No, excuse me. We are talking about the current situation here at the Capitol building. Where has the president?
You like my T-shirt? The moment I get back as president, you like the T-shirt?
Okay, you listen to the voice of this Developmental lawmaker. Yeke Wakoriba. Calling to him saying, if Fonati Kova having the move, but on lawless, then Joseph Boakai, who is the president of Liberia, will be removed. We don't know how that dominion will actually work. So folks, keep following GTV. Let's talk to district number 15 lawmaker.
District number 15 lawmaker.
I can tell you that for free. Sedition, actual sedition, will never betray the cause of CEC. So they're on vacation. A few of them will be back soon.
So you actually actual sedition on your party ticket. They are not actual sedition.
Well, the guys are people who came in for power now. Okay. Right. So they are not sedition.
Are you saying Fala who are been with CEC for a long time?
You will not pick voice from my mouth.
Okay, you listen to the voice of district number 15 lawmaker. Let's take district number 9 lawmaker Frank Safuku.
Legal obligation to do what the law says.
The issue
and what we are doing here is for you.
The issue of status quo ante has been debated by lots of
No,
legal
I'm not asking about a debate. I'm into your own understanding as a journalist. When it says status quo ante, what does it mean? We're not talking about a different.
But this is a legal term that
we are talking about what the law says. The law says we all, including the speaker, should go back to status quo ante. So it is expected that all of us, it is incumbent upon all of us, the majority black, we that have been standing on the side of the law says we should go back to status quo. So it is expected that our colleagues and us should go back to status quo. As soon as possible, when the law comes up with the final ruling as to what is expected to happen by law, whatever the law says, Safoko Jr. is expected to respect the law. And no, brother, let me tell you something. What we are doing here today, like these days I'm seeing a lot of young journalists. What we are doing is not about ourselves. It's not about our personal lives. It's about this generation and the next generation to come. We are setting up a real precedent. Like the last time I sent a message to the President of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Boakai Senior. I said, Mr. Bwaka, you are going around the world asking for assistance, asking investors to come and invest in Liberia. With the kind of things that are happening in this country, the kind of precedents that people see all on social media, the issue of bribery, the issue of people breaking the laws, the issue of people having unconstitutional speaker election and want to impose a speaker, these things are not good. The last time I said something on Spoon, do we go back? Are we going back to the history of what brought war in this country? It's hard for these kind of wars to come out. Do I want war in this country? No. Because I suffer from this from the war. Some of you here were babies. You were a small baby that time. When the war was, yeah, you were a baby.
No, I was there. I was there.
You were a baby.
No, I was there.
Oh, you were there, right?
Yeah.
You were there.
I saw what happened.
Okay, you saw what happened.
Definitely.
So you know what brought the war in this country? Because people violated the law. We do not want these kind of things to happen in this country. So we want the best thing to happen. And with this kind of noise all on Capitol Hill, my man, how investor will carry now? The investor know we respect the law in the country. The investor know that we can violate the law. Then you think investor will bring their millions of dollars to kind of invest here, where one day one president will just wake up, or one speaker will just wake up, or one man will just wake up and say, let's change the law, because we don't respect the laws. Let us, brother, we can have all of our political differences. We can have all of our issues. Let us not tamper with the laws of this country. Whether you like me, whether you don't like me, that's not the issue. The original issue here is, let us all revert to doing the right thing. If you want to remove the speaker, it is not forbidden to remove the speaker. But what the law says, you're sit together in chamber. I mean, brother, you're filing your complaint, whatever resolution it is. The speaker will recuse himself. After you're done with your investigation, then you will test it on the floor to put it into vote. And the law says 149% stay against the speaker gone. So the speaker is saying, gentlemen, you can't. When I read 49 and we go through the due process, I will leave from here. For the speaker to be elected, it was a due process. For him to leave, it should be given due process. That means, my man, when we allow that kind of thing to happen, tomorrow some men go, just get 4. They say they want to take president from there, and they'll just wake up, they just say, oh, majority men in Liberia. They say they want Joseph Boakai to be president. And they will go to remove the president. They will go to remove the other person. Then they out of violence. So why are we saying, so the law only for poor people in the country? No. And you the channel, you are asking you, the law for the poor people? The law should not be, so we got people in South Beach. We got people in other places. It is because of the law. And the law took them there. They went against the law and they put them in jail. Imagine, man, we've been operating here 1 month now. The men are not working. But the men pay jack into their account. Okay? They pay the money.
Including
yes.
You receive your pay.
I'm coming to work.
Yes,
you know I'm working. Are you working? I'm not the empire. I'm teaching you the law. I want the empire.
You dominate black this morning.
You have to be passing legislation. You have to be passing legislation. You have to be passing legislation.
I have the intellectual ability to answer all of you.
What dominate black this morning? What dominate black? What dominate black this morning?
School that you be wearing 1 color every day. You are noted for wearing wear. I'm noted. You say you are noted for wearing wear. Wear that in a glow.
No, but this is all over black. Why?
I mean, let's get to the issue, man. What the issue?
Someone said this whole thing on this whole question basically is somehow the interpretation of the law. You're black.
No, we don't have a black. The speaker is here as a speaker, is not a black.
Kofa black.
No, Kofa don't. No. Now why is referred to? No, Kofa is the.
Okay, Chief. You are just here to answer our question.
No, but I am a student. So we answering your question.
Basically, some must say it is the interpretation.
There's 17 we got to make it all the law go back in school.
The way in which you understand the law.
No, that's 7. Were you part of the people that graduated from high school that did not do service?
Not how.
No, madam. Eddie said it just took service from in high school. They think affected some all. So someone that graduated between that time.
Were you part of those who were affected? Are you part of those that were affected?
Look at me, man. Look at the time.
No, are you part of those that were affected?
No, I read service very well. This is why I understand the law. I'm coming from you can't have people from here. the representative, man.
My name is Prince.
Yeah, Prince.
From Pram FM.
Oh, from Pram FM. Yeah, you can get a lot of news sometimes about me, man. Why you can be attacking me?
Yeah, so today is another session day. The public is watching. What do we expect today?
We expect the law to take a course. Or nothing more than the law, nothing less
than the law. They have been statement for 1 month plus now, 1 month on weeks, about 1 month, 2 weeks now today. The legislature hasn't conducted a basis as
it is wrong.
It should be.
We wrong the Liberian people.
So as a lawmaker,
it's wrong.
So what do we expect? I was asking that question.
We expect all lawmakers, the 73 representatives, it is expected that we should respect the laws of this country. So when the Supreme Court comes up with her ruling, we should respect the rulings from the Supreme Court.
Some of your colleagues have said.
They go against me.
Some of your colleagues are.
When they are talking, I'm not the law, baby. I said, once the law comes, it's not about me. Stop seeing this about Fonati. Stop seeing this about Foco. See the country, what the law says. So we are standing on the side to say, let's respect the law. Let due process be given to Fonati. Once due process is given, and 49 plus members or 49 members say they don't want Fonati, and due process is given, Fonati is out.
There was a dramatic scene here on Thursday where some of your colleagues who have been having sessions in the joint chambers read a resolution that we journalists followed, the name call of 50, and they had elections, and the speaker was removed and the rest was voted.
So
what do you make of that?
So
that event?
I'm pretty sure. Let me ask you the question. When you've been following the player, when I was in central administration, later on I moved to the office of the late Representative Mona Ipela Youngblood. So you have followed every legislative practices here. The how people can elect speaker? No, I'm asking you too now. The how people can elect speaker?
Can we ask him?
Now deputy speaker can conduct speaker say election?
I'm not a lawmaker.
No, you're not a lawmaker. You can be there. They're going to speak say election. Man.
So you can answer the question for the benefit of the Liberians.
I don't want to dignify
to provide education.
Okay, so let me provide you the education.
Go to the Liberian people.
Yeah, yourself so that you can ask that question.
To the Liberian people.
Okay, so we need a debate now. So to the Liberian people.
Yeah.
So let me answer the question.
Okay.
I don't want to dignify that. There was no speakership election held. Nothing of such happened. To become a speaker, where we already have a speaker, you must go through a due process to remove that speaker, and then you conduct. And the person who conducts speakership election, brother,
quickly, President Baka said this is a normal legislative proceeding. President Baka said
you wanted the Liberian as a lawmaker.
Yeah.
You're taking pay. Don't you think the pay you taking as wrong as you have made a pronouncement?
So when I'm saying we wrong the Liberian people, it doesn't necessarily mean Foco wrong the Liberian people. But in majority, lawmakers wrong the Liberian people because you guys just start on that kind of work.
The president said The president said this is a normal legislative proceeding, President Bwaka. And the executive shouldn't interfere, no, the judiciary shouldn't interfere.
Not interfering when the executive is sending their ministers to some men who went somewhere to go have meeting.
They said the legislature called them.
You're supposed to send budget? But I'm meeting. Those guys are having meetings. You call their name so they need a hold for you. That why I call back.
And others are saying this is normal legislative.
A normal. So a normal is normal, but should be followed by laws.
That's why I'm still asking this question, sir. Where do you think this entire process is going to end?
They think we end by Fonati.
Where does it lead Liberia to as a country?
They think we end by leading Fonati to retain his seat as the speaker of this country.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am 100% sure.
If not.
What do you call if not? There is no other issue to that. We're not taking any other issue. The only issue we're taking here for Fonati is the speaker.
If not, are you guys planning?
Met the U.S. ambassador yesterday to settle this.
His Excellency George Manuel, we are right. You have to call the man in with respect, brother.
Former President George.
His Excellency.
His Excellency.
Former President George Manuel, we are. His Excellency.
But he's there.
They mean a UP man. I know you CDC man or ANC man. Go ahead.
How far with the
let me teach you something about George we are. His Excellency man, he's a very nice man. See the kind of leadership he exhibited. He came to the country, the only thing George we are asked for, let's respect the law. You can't hijack power. He met with the U.S. ambassador, and the U.S. ambassador posted on their page. And what they posted there, they say the law must be respected. You didn't read the U.S. embassy post?
We did.
CDC people are supporting this. Why you call your CDC people? I mean, one thing that CDC does is this. CDC, when people run on CDC ticket, CDC does not dictate to them as to how they run their offices. Okay? It's a privilege to run on the most popular party ticket in Liberia, the law-abiding party in Liberia. But when you run on the party ticket, I hear the party did not instruct me to say go stand behind Funati. The party only tells me to do the right thing, so to respect the law. So the citizens that also went on that side, I mean, I respect their decision for not standing by cover, but I also against the fact that they don't want to respect the law.
Many Liberians are saying this is a political play by your party. You guys are the one mastermind the removal of the speaker.
So on the side,
but it could be a play.
The speaker on the side,
it could be a play.
And our political leader has spoken.
It could be a play.
And the party, what they call chess.
You are playing your chess.
I know about chess. I know about the law. I mean, I don't talk chess. I talk the law.
You are
let me tell you. We are getting issue, my man.
Okay, that's what so interesting from this screen the man lawmaker from Safoko, a strongly intellectual lawmaker. Okay, the member of the majority bloc just arrived on the grounds of the Capitol. Planning to go to the John Chima. Where's that? Give me my trouble. So this is a very breaking news. Richard Coon. So they are heading in the Chongqing, where they usually conduct their meeting. Today happen to be a 12th sitting day. Today happen to be a 12th sitting day for the majority bloc.
Headed towards the John Chima.
So folks, keep following GTV. Oh, we are heading to the John Chima. What does it happen to be a 12th sitting day?
There's a brand new candidate.
Your boy, head faster.
We go upstairs. Stop upstairs. Stop upstairs. Upstairs. Stop upstairs. Stop upstairs.
So this grandma is lawmaker.
How you guys doing?
Welcome, sir.
Honorable Prince, the Supreme Court called for a conference on today.
Chief.
Can you give us your...
The Supreme Court will be having a conference. Our lawyer will be represented. We're here to do Liberian business. Simple as that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was what district number 8 lawmaker Prince 2.
So you see the arrival of her.
Yeah, I know.
So Prince 2 say he take his speaker seat, his speaker relocate. District number 8 lawmaker Prince 2 say he take his speaker seat. The speaker he take his speaker seat. The speakers relocate to the perfect seat where he should sit. So today it seems to be the Aretico, who is the speaker for the majority bloc, will preside. So let's see. Today is the 12th sitting day. Reggie Kuhn hopefully taking his seat, but hopefully respected taking his seat as a speaker. He well seated, prepared for this job. Richie Kuhn.
So today he's taking over as speaker for the majority bloc here, and today today is going to be his first day presiding over the 55th legislature headed by the majority bloc. House of Representatives here today.
So today is the first day sitting and
I can't get it to know the journalists. Excuse me, small. T, I gotta create this business.
Gosh.
Go with us. No, I in session now, so we don't quit.
so folks keep following or many from the majority bloc will commence their sessions. Following, this is TTV. My name is Simona Thomas, and we are currently in the Chonchimo while the majority bloc usually conduct their meeting.
So many for now, the majority block.
Mr. Presiding, co-presiding colleagues, Mr. Presiding, my observation is there are two bills from the Liberian Senate. One has been decided on already, and according to our rules, no two bills can carry one motion. So having observed that, I will give them the permission.
Well noted. Can the Deputy Chief Clerk read the other bill? Did you read it together? You read it together?
Yes.
Okay, because the other motion should be taken on the second bill. So please go ahead, Honorable Gentleman from Monrovia.
Mr. Presiding, and that's why I'm asking, I say, if
He made a correction according to the rule, no two bills can be passed together. So I think we need to make the correction right away.
So they have to read it for another speaker. So they read out.
Deputy, you read the second bill?
excuse me, I asked for the motion and I was printed.
Okay, please read the second bill, please.
When I talk about decentralization, talk about read it.
Well, about you, please give us at least 2 minutes, let the Deputy Chief Clerk read the bill. And you're going to take the motion.
The Liberia Sea and Inland Ports Decentralization and Modernization Act. An act amending Chapter 6 of the Republic of Liberia of the Public Authorities Law creating the National Port Authority. Honorable Presiding Officer, co-presiding officer, distinguished honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a cover letter that was read, transmitting the two communication. It's not that it carries two captions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Clerk. Honorable colleagues, will be reading of the second bill. What is your will and pleasure? Number 40.
Abba was already speaking.
I recognize number 40, please. Put the phone anyway.
Mr. Speaker, co-presiding, distinguished colleague, having listened to the reading of the second bill sent from the Senate for concurrence by the lower house, I move, if I can obtain a second, that bill be sent to the Committee on Maritime, the Committee on Ways, Means, and the Committee on Judiciary. And the Maritime will play the lead. And the said joint committee will report in 2 weeks to ensure that proper decision can be taken.
Honorable colleague, have been moved and seconded that the bill be sent to the Requisite Committee as named by the movement. What is your will and pleasure? Honorable Margaret Thomas.
Mr. Speaker, co-presiding and fellow colleagues, while on my feet, considering the nature of this bill, if you want me to reverberate it, the Liberia C&E land post decentralization and modernization. With that, I want to, if the movement can accept this amendment, that we can please add a committee on modernization. If it can be accepted, which welcome to the amendment we so accept. It has been accepted. From this report, an experience of the legislative politics. Having listened to him and the wisdom he said on willingness high, taking into consideration the importance of organization to the House of Representatives in particular, I respectfully reject.
All those in favor say yea. Against. I will go to Supreme Court. I will be going to treat that we act accordingly.
Yes, sir.
Next.
A writ from the Supreme Court. In the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, October 10, AD 2024. Present. October 10, AD 2024. Present. Honor Siana G. York, Chief Justice. Honor James Etta H. Wolokori, Associate Justice. His Honor Yusuf D. Kaba, Associate Justice. His Honor Yami Kwekwe Bese Senior, Associate Justice. Honor Sana D. Clayton Johnson, Associate Justice. The constitutionality of certain actions taken by some members of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature. In reference, Republic of Liberia to Brigadier General Amos B. Kese Dixon, Senior, Marshal, Supreme Court of Liberia, or his deputy, Monrovia. Greetings. You are hereby commanded to notify the Minister of Justice, Attorney General, to appear and file returns on the side of the law before the full bench of the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, Temple of Justice, on Tuesday, November 26, 2024, at the hour of 9 a.m. as to whether or not the petitioner's petition should be granted. You will also notify the referenced members of the House of Representatives to also file their returns. You are further commanded to instruct the Minister of Justice and the referenced members of the House of Representatives to file their official returns to this writ in the office of the clerk of this honorable court on or before the said 26th day of November AD 2024, and have the members of the House of Representatives to return to status quo ante and stay all further proceedings or actions pending the determination of the matters, and to read to them the original and leave a copy of the writ with them. And as to when and how you should have served this writ, you will make known by filing your official returns hereto on the back of the original copy in the office of the clerk of this honorable court on or before the said 26th day of November AD 2024. And for so doing, this shall constitute your legal and sufficient authority
giving honor my hand and seal of the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, this 22nd day of November AD 2024. Councillor Sen Mamulu, Clerk, Supreme Court of Liberia. The constitutionality of certain actions taken by some members of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature, Republic of Liberia, to Brigadier General Amos B. Kessler Dixon, Senior Marshal Supreme Court of Liberia, or his deputy, Monrovia. You are hereby commanded to notify the parties in the above entitled case of action or the legal representatives that the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia will hear argument in said case on the 27th day of November AD 2024 at the hour of 11 o'clock a.m. and that they are cited to be present for sin. The parties are instructed to file brief on or before Tuesday, November 26, 2024 at the hour of 3 p.m. and have you there this notice of assignment, giving honor my hand and seal of the Honorable Supreme Court this 22nd day of November AD 2024. Councillor Sen Mamulu, Clerk, Supreme Court, Republic of Liberia. Councillor James E. Pierre, Arthur T. Johnson for petitioner. Councillor N. Oswald Tue for Ministry of Justice. Some members of the House of Representatives. Reference. Representative Jason W. Siebel of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature of the City of Monrovia, Monrovia County, Republic of Liberia, petitioner. Versa, the Honorable House of Representatives, represented by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable J. Funanti Kofa, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Thomas P. Fala, and other representatives acting under them. The Chief Clerk of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature or her designee of the City of Monrovia, Monrovia County, Republic of Liberia, respondent. Petition. The petitioner, in the above entitled cause of action, comes and must respectfully submit and prays your honor to grant the issuance of the alternative writ of prohibition to restrain and prohibit the co-respondent majority bloc from exercising functions ascribed to the plenary of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature and restore the petitioner, Representative Jason W. Siebel, to his position as chairman of the Ways, Means and Finance Committee of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature, and says the following to wit. 1. And because petitioner submits and says that he is guaranteed his inviolable right of freedom of thought, freedom of speech, and freedom of conscience under the 1986 Constitution of Liberia, which shall be secured in his presence from unreasonable exercise of powers.
Gentlemen, perfect decorum, please. Please be generous.
Unreasonable exercise of the powers of government agencies, the right to a public trial and to confront his accusers, his right to have any administrative and legislative decision promptly inquired into by the judiciary branch of government, his right not to be deprived of life or liberty or property, but by, quote-unquote, the Lord of the land, the organic law which years before it condemns, protocols upon inquiry and renders judgment only after trial. It is a maxim of law that states, like the symbol of justice, like the blindfolded goddess who holds the scale of justice in one hand and swear in another, declaring her justice be done to all. Let justice be done to all. 2. And also, because petitioner submit and said that he is lawmaker who was duly elected to the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature on October 10, 2024, and subsequently appointed by the Honorable Speaker to the position of Chairman of the Ways, Means and Finance Committee, Representative Jason W. Sibo of the Monrovia County's Electoral District number 16 of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia. 3. And also, because on Tuesday, November 19, 2024, the petitioner submits that the co-respondent acting as the majority bloc in one of its meetings held at the John Chamber at the Capitol, presided over by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Thomas B. Fowler, arbitrarily and unconstitutionally and without color of right, removed the petitioner from the Ways, Means and Finance Committee. Thus, announcing the illegal removal of the petitioner from the said essential committee, the Deputy Speaker declared the petitioner's position nullified and ordered the Ministry of Finance and other relevant government agencies not to transact business with the petitioner. More than this, the Deputy Chief Clerk is to inform the Controller of the House of Representatives not to honor the signature specimen of the petitioner pending the appointment of new acting leadership of the Ways, Means and Finance Committee, amongst other things. Thus, he said information was published in the print media by Front Page Africa newspaper on Wednesday, November 2024, and especially so the Daily Observer newspaper on the banner headline, quote-unquote, majority bloc fluctuates numerical strength. So due profiles, confidence, reconstitutes key committee as an more fully be seen from copies of said publication hereto annexed and marked Exhibit P1A bulk, forming a concept, a cogent part of this petition. 4. And also because further as to count 3 above, the petitioner submits that he is without any complaint that was filed with the plenary of the House of Representatives under the gavel of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, nor the Committee on Rules Orders. Notwithstanding, the petitioner submits that assuming without admitting a complaint was filed with the plenary of the House of Representatives, the said complaint was not submitted to the Committee on Rules and Orders as coached in the standing rules of the House of Representatives, nor did said committee conduct any investigation for which a final decision was rendered against him, petitioner. The petitioner says that the quote-unquote the Speaker of the House of Representatives shall refer the matter to the Committee on Rules and Orders. The House, after examining the report and recommendation submitted, shall render its decision, and the decision is final. See Rule 48.4 of the Standing Rules of the House of Representatives. Attached is a copy of the said Standing Rules hereto marked Exhibit P2, forming a cogent part of this petition. 5. And also because follow as to counts 3 above and 4 above, the petitioner submits that the Respondent, majority blocks actions violate Rule 48.5 of the House of Representatives, which also implies A, that no member shall be sanctioned, suspended, or removed from their position without prior notice of the charge against them.
Honorable Co-Presiding, a second inquiry. Inquiry on an inquiry. Honorable Speaker, colleagues, I will want to have an inquiry into the writ being read from Honorable Sibo. I will want to know from the Secretariat whether said writ was received by them. If it was received, then we can go ahead and act. If we are not receiving, I think it's something else.
Can you respond to the gentleman?
They serve us.
They could serve us that rate.
Please allow the Deputy Chief Clerk to respond.
Inquiry, Honorable Speaker.
Deputy President, Acting Chief Clerk.
Honorable, can you please repeat your inquiry?
Did you receive a writ on behalf of Honorable Sibo from the Supreme Court?
Well, to answer directly, no, I did not receive a writ.
So with that said, Honorable Speaker.
But this morning, this writ was turned over to me by the chairman on Rules, Order and Administration.
This morning?
Yes, we were asked to have it on the agenda this morning. So we have to receive it.
Inquiry, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, inquiry or Johnson. Can we allow the information to come to first? Johnson.
Fellow colleagues, I think let's be straight about this whole rape issue. There was an error from the dispatcher from the Supreme Court. So there were two rapes. One was already being ordered. That was a rape preying on the unconstitutionality of the actions taken by members of the majority legislature, which has members of plenary, which has to do with the dissolution of committees, the reconstitution of committees, and also the election of the speaker, the removal and election of the speaker. But then the cover of that rape carries the rape prayed for by the previous speaker with the attachment, the environment that carries Sibo's rape that have not been ordered. So the top carries on the Kofa rape he prayed for, and the environment carries on Sibo's rape that has not been ordered. So on the basis of that, because of the expediency, the civil procedure law provides for computation of time. So if we had not accepted it, it means that today we will not be in time for filing. So on the basis of that, it was accepted, and then the original copy of the writ from the Supreme Court was being ordered from the marshal and it was issued. So officially, Sibo's writ is that before us. So the writ that we have provided all of the documentation and our submission to is the writ prayed for by Kofa, former speaker. Thank you. Just to correct that.
Thank you. According to the explanation given by veteran Councilor Michael Thomas, what is a winning pleasure? What's the way forward? Omukule, please. Omukule.
Having listened to Honorable Speaker, Chair of Executive and Co-Presiding, distinguished colleagues, having listened to Honorable Margaret Thomas and Astute Antonia Law,
and taking into consideration that the error just mentioned was raised by the lawyer and the clerk of the Honorable Supreme Court already placed the right rate to the clerk on Sunday morning, yesterday morning, and having filed the appropriate brief, I want to move, if I can get endorsement of the gavel. I will want to move, if I can get endorsement of the gavel. I will want to move.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Having received the endorsement of plenary, distinguished colleagues, I will want to move that the rate received by the lawyer, Councillor Vanny Henry Boto Sherman, that the returns has been filed this morning as early as 9 a.m. and we are currently preparing the briefs to be submitted today at 4 o'clock, and intelligence went around the court indicating that we might probably be conducting hearing or argument tomorrow, 11 a.m. into the former speaker rate. I said the rate is with the lawyer responding. Go ahead. On the basis of that, I would want to move, like I said, that the rate from the speaker as it been prepared by a lawyer be being received by this floor, and the mistaken rate earlier said prayed for by our colleague Honorable Destin Webo-Sibo that has not been issued by the Justice in Chamber, Justice Bessie, but mistakenly or coincidentally got on the rate that been served, be deemed not to appear before this plenary, and be made that the speaker rate that we are lawyer has former speaker rate, Speaker Kofa's former speaker of the 55th, Representative J. Fanati Kofa, Representative Grand Creek County District Number 2 rate, pray for, which we are responding to, be seen as it is before us, and said discussion be open in said rate. If I can obtain a second.
But the legal motion and all of the amendment made, what is the will and pleasure of our Jews?
Mr. President, Mr. Co-President, Mr. President, on the record, let the record carry that when the Deputy Chief Clerk read the preliminary rate, it was stated in the procedure how the rate should be set. That if the rate is set at the back of the rate, the return should show how the rate was set. And for the fact of the matter that we listened to a rate according to the motion that was wrongly said, I will be ready to vote when the record to state that as far as this house is concerned, there is no rate before the house. I'll be ready to vote if the record were to carry that.
Honorable Speaker,
there was an amendment made by Abba Jones, so let us begin.
Honorable Deputy Co-Presiding, distinguished colleagues, to Honorable Abba Jones, it is a massings in law that if the defendant does not, the rate is not served on the defendant, and the lawyer is not in dispute, and the lawyer is recognized, said pleading or rate can be served on your lawyer. Having said that our lawyer received the rate Saturday morning and has responded to today at 9 a.m. and prepared pleading to be submitted at 4 o'clock p.m. At 2 o'clock p.m. I respectfully reject.
Are you ready to vote? Those against? We now allow Councillor Anthony Thomas from District Number 4, representing District Number 4, Monrovia County, to give a brief on the entire court proceeding. So Margo is not present, and so we allow Mukoga to give the brief.
Mr. Presiding, co-presiding colleagues, perfect decorum. Okay, Michael is there.
Thank you so much. Margaret Thomas is here.
Margaret Thomas is here.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding, co-presiding, fellow colleagues. If you want me to give a brief presentation as it relates to proceedings into this matter. As you all are aware, there was an official complaint before this plenary raising a lot of issues against the former speaker. Of course, they were read in plenary, and there was a motion forward and carried that a specialized committee be set up to investigate the matter. And that motion also carried that the former speaker should officially recuse himself through writing, and the complaint should be served as a citation to the office of the speaker, and on the basis of that, he should subject himself to the investigation committee headed by me and 6 other members, eminent members of the legislature. And on the basis of that, there were several citations written that was served and considered, return unserved, because the dispatcher for the first time took the citation to the office of the speaker, and it was rejected, and there was a return report making by the dispatcher. We had the first report of return, of the rate the citation being delivered, but it was rejected. The second one was the appearance of the dispatcher in the office of the former speaker. And at that point, the former chair on Rules, Order and Administration took delivery of the citation that had the attachment of the complaint and also the official request. And then, having received that documentation from the dispatcher, he told the dispatcher, wait for me, I'm going into the speaker's office, I'm going to consult the speaker, former speaker, and then we will officially receive the rate. It is assumed that having received the rate from the dispatcher by the former, the citation, I just feel like having received the citation from the dispatcher, it is presumed that it was returned open, and also it was being photocopied, there was pictorial taken, and the rest of it. That's how you saw members of the minority black posting the complaint and everything that was hard regarded. So it is assumed that by virtue of that rate was being served. Because they received the citation, they opened it, they even took photos of it, they made photocopies of it, and Mexico returned the citation, told the dispatcher and said the speaker is in a meeting with some guests and he has said he will not receive it. The following day we had a conversation with the ECOWAS mediation team, and in that meeting it was made clear that even the speaker was in that meeting, the former speaker was in that meeting, and he said, on the basis of this engagement, I will receive a rate. But my only plea, I interject you interchangeably. Just leave me, please. So he even made officially told the ECOWAS mediation team that he will receive a rate and he will officially recuse himself. He will receive the complaint, he will recuse himself through an official written communication, but his only plea to the ECOWAS mediation team that the investigation should not exceed 2 weeks. And there was an official report forwarded by this plenary to the ECOWAS mediation team stating that all of the requests that was being made by the former speaker as it relates to the complaint has already been endorsed by plenary, because we passed a motion that was clear that the complaint should be officially communicated to the former speaker. A specialized committee be set up to investigate the matter, and also the former speaker should recuse himself, and that he should subject himself to the investigation. The only sticky issue we had was that he also requested that this majority member which constitute plenary should officially move to the chambers in the Chinese building for us to have a conversation. And we said plenary had not made any decision to that matter, and on the basis of that we could not move to that chamber. So the committee went on honoring the request, the mandate of plenary. So having understood that the citation we consider a receipt, because by virtue of what I just explained, the deputy chief clerk was also instructed to also communicate the citation and the complaint officially through email and other means by virtue of our constitution and also the civil procedure law. That was done, and also there were automatic response received by the office of the chief clerk. And then the investigation team was set up. There was an announcement made, and all of the panelists, all of those that were the complainant, they were also served. We got returns of the citation that was served them, because under the doctrine of due process, you need to give the accuser opportunity to face the accused. And the former speaker was given that opportunity as per our constitution to appear and make a case and also submit documentary evidence relative to his defense. He never honored that process. Of course, in the absence of the defendant, of course, the law provides that you can execute what we call ex parte hearing. Under ex parte hearing, if one party was given the opportunity to appear and review, you cannot subject the other people not to make their case because they have their own opportunity. So all of the complainants, they were arraigned. We went through the whole process. They presented a case, and line by line, as per the complaint, the official complaint that was filed, and that whole process was conducted. We had recording, audio recording, video recording, and there was an official minutes consummating that whole hearing that was officially submitted to plenary. So he was adjudged on the basis of not appearing, and then we also make a presentation to plenary that that plenary should take action based on default judgment, since the fact that he should be moved to bear denial because he had an opportunity to appear and he refused to honor our own due process. So I keep hearing the rate saying that he was not accorded due process, but we want to say publicly that there was a full hearing conducted and there was citation sent to him. Copy of the complaint was submitted. On 4 different occasions, we have all of the dispatcher report that was submitted. So on the basis of that, plenary made a decision having read the report from the Isopher waiver and latches, as the lawyers will always say. Your failure to honor the citation and also participate to provide your defense as to the complaint against you rules you to bear denial. There is a judgment by default, and you suffer waiver and latches are provided by operation of law. So decision was made, and there was a resolution signed by 15 members of the legislature officially declaring his position vacant, removing him, and then honor our own constitution, conducting election and electing officially the speaker, the second speaker of the 55th National Legislature. Thank you. I just thought to make that short presentation.
Thank you so very much. We recognize the Honorable Gentleman from Bowen County. 60 days. Yeah, we only have 60 days. I recognize the Honorable from Bowen County, from Ukule.
Distinguished Honorable Speaker, Honorable Richard Nambekun, co-presiding and chair on executive, distinguished colleagues, please permit me quickly in a few minutes to run you through the case file because I've been fortunate or lucky to sit by the council in the preparation of these reports. But before saying that, say to our police here, the service of the rape, it is done legally. It is called a law we call that by the service of our lawyer receiving the rate is what we call the constructed service. This rate has been constructively served for us. And in this rate, it is paid the then speaker or the former speaker. The rate is in reading the constitutionality of certain actions taken by some members of the House of Representatives of the 55th legislature. And there are few counts raised
Mr. Presiding, Mr. Co-Presiding, please. Mr. Presiding, Mr. Co-Presiding, police. Mr. Presiding, under the doctrine of the separation of power, the judiciary has the authority to interpret the laws of this land. And for the fact that a raid was filed against this body, I will regret to executive.
Suicide. Chairman, what's your winning pleasure? I will move to the executive now that I will put in a proposal.
Already knock your gavel executive.
What's your executive?
Long live the speaker.
Long live the speaker. What's your executive? Honorable Chairman and Senior from Liberia County. Honorable Chairman.
Chairman, approve the Executive, gentlemen.
Okay, folks, where is your call? Where you are following from? The meeting has called to executive. So meanwhile, they are also all prepped to get out and to go into the executive meeting. So folks, keep following. My name is Emmanuel Thomas.
10, my supporters, the people of Liberia. Today, we are here to inform our people that the process has just started. Fonati Kofa remains the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia, and he will always remain the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia. If anybody think that Mema Bridge Menza, that Fonati Kofa is not the Speaker, or was going to resign on Monday, you waste your time. There's nothing. Now that we know, like I've been saying, that Joseph Walker is involved, that the office cannot permit me to see when I'm sitting here. I want to say some things. And I will announce my next press conference at the base. The base I used to use to make Joseph Walker president. I will announce my next press conference to the base. Liberian people, I want you people to feel relaxed. Fonati Kofa still remain the speaker of this country. I want to see who can take car from him. I want to see who can take the office from him. You have to follow the due process to take Fonati from your office. You know, if the police get involved, if the executive get involved and don't respect the law, we use the same disrespect to take Joseph Walker from power. If the executive, you know, anyway, let me wait, let the Supreme Court rule. I want the Supreme Court to rule, let the Supreme Court may be disrespected. And let Joseph Walker sit down here, the Supreme Court may be disrespected. Then he will think somebody got monopoly over rudeness or violence. Then he will think if somebody got rudeness over holding gun. Then he will think somebody got rudeness over holding gun. Somebody got rudeness or violence over holding gun. Then we'll see it. If we want peace, we should respect the court. You see, people say we love violence, but you see you're respecting the court. Every time people want to, I will tell the speaker, I say, you don't follow the law. The law must be the law. Let the Supreme Court rule. Then people say they can't respect the Supreme Court. Oh, we got no other place to go but the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court rule, you can't respect the Supreme Court? Oh yeah, but we all will do what we ought to do. Oh yes. Oh yes. We'll do what we ought to do. Fonati Kofa remain the speaker. That mean I put 11 up. To show you that you're not speaker, why you put 11 up? Have you seen deputy speaker where the chief clerk or the deputy chief clerk is? To be soon If the rule of law is not respected by Joseph Boakai, we will use a sin disrespect. The tactics. Look, let me tell you something today. If anybody think they got monopoly over violence, whether the court rule. If the court rule, Joseph Boakai facilitate the majority black, will bring Joseph Boakai down.
Are you assuming that he's facilitating
the
majority black?
He is.
What are the facts? What are the facts?
Bossman. Can we wait for the court to rule? We respect the law until the court rule.
What are you tying the executive to your political fight?
Bossman, when I speak. I spoke that day for 6 years. If the Supreme Court rule and say for that Kofa, you are wrong. Look, you will not see me.
Folks are saying you continue to P4 on the executive.
Let me learn. If the Supreme Court rule and say for Nati Kofa you lost the case, I will not be behind for Nati Kofa. I will go and join the people that the Supreme Court rule in favor of. But if the Supreme Court rule and say we for Nati Kofa, the law is the law, and Joseph Boakai facilitate those people who will walk across there and bring Joseph Boakai down.
Yes,
it is a threat. I made a threat. It is a threat. I made a threat. Fuck NSA and fuck Joseph Boakai.
You continue to attack the presidency. You continue to.
I will not regret my statement. Look, let me tell you something today. This country, if we don't respect the rule of this country, we will carry the country back to war.
It's out.
I'm not frustrated. We want the right thing to be done. And the right thing. I don't have anger. There is how I speak. I spoke that day for 6 years. Then you say anger.
Are you disappointed with President Boakai?
The only thing that changed, we don't have former president. We are in power. We have PB Bear, Joseph Boakai in power.
Are you disappointed in President Boakai? Are you disappointed in President Boakai? You spend your own resources. You spend your own resources campaigning for President Boakai. Are you disappointed?
I'm not disappointed.
Joseph Boakai is harder involved in the removal of
Joseph Boakai, PB Bear, everything is involved. Here, PB Bear, here, everything is involved.
What are some of your reliance?
This situation will be the end of Joseph Boakai presidency.
How?
When the law is not respected, let's go by the law, man. Okay. If the law is not respected, Joseph Boakai will be history. Oh, you think he had to walk across the
national security threat? That's a national security threat.
Fuck you could be invited by the NSA.
Fuck you and the NSA. Fuck you and the NSA.
You have to take it back.
I say fuck you and the.
You have to take it back.
Don't bring about NSA business. Okay, I take it back, but don't talk about NSA business. If the laws are not respected, we will use the same violation of the law to bring Joseph Boakai down for what?
Impeachment. Would that be the right thing? Two wrongs can be right.
No, two wrongs can be right. No, it will not be impeachment.
Then how?
If Fonatiko will have to leave by force, Joseph Boakai will leave by force.
Two wrongs cannot make a right. Yeah, you are 40 rule of law here.
I say if it could be used by gun, right? It could be used by gun.
So you use it. Do you have arm?
I could bring the gun.
Where your pass will bring the gun?
I will pass anywhere. Joseph Boakai will let.
Do you have arm? Do you have arm?
Our peace force.
Do you have arm?
The peace determines on the rule of law. If the rule of law is being threatened, that means the peace has been threatened. Do you know that?
But as a leader, you're interested. I mean, someone.
I owe no regret for what I say. When the Supreme Court rule, let Joseph Boakai reflect the Supreme Court rule.
Why a lawmaker?
Why you call inciting violence? Like, bro, for your car, answer, you don't bring Joseph Boakai down. Oh, I stay inciting, right? I stay inciting.
Why a lawmaker?
You can be arrested. You can be arrested for what you are saying on national TV.
Arrested by who?
They're arrested by the national police.
Okay, let me restate.
Do you have evidence that the president is
Let me restate. I'm coming to you, Waterspoon. Let me restate what I said. If the Supreme Court.
He's Professor Cholope. He's not.
Okay, Mr. Cholope, I'm very sorry. I take it back. If the rule of law is not respected by Joseph Boakai, we will use a sin disrespect.
The tactic is lacking. President Boakai.
Several Liberian voted. How? He has lost the presidency. The respect that will bring him to power for he has lost the respect.
He haven't gone 1 year.
Why you call 1 year? You could stay in power for 2 years and lost the respect.
My question is, do you have evidence that the president is involved in this country?
Watch the process and see. If you don't have hand in it, when the Supreme Court rule, you will respect the Supreme Court ruling.
Thank you.
The Supreme Court is the only place you can go for justice. Where do we go next?
Where has the president disrespected the Supreme Court?
Oh, where the Supreme Court ruled that people that are on tenure position should serve their tenure term. What did they do?
We are talking about the current issue here.
We are foreign issue.
You're speaking about different issues, and we discussing the controversial removal of the.
You asked me a question where the PP Bear Joseph Boakai break the.
No, we are talking about the current situation here at the Capitol building. Where has the president?
You like my t-shirt? The moment again, Boak asked president. You like the t-shirt? Thank you very much. Then, my supporters, the people of Liberia. Today, we are here to inform our people that the process has just started. Fonante Kofa remains the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia, and he will always remain the Speaker of the Republic of Liberia. If anybody think that Mema Bridge Menza, that Fonante Kofa is not the Speaker, or was going to resign on Monday, you waste your time. There's nothing that will make Fonante Kofa to resign. The only thing that will make Fonante Kofa to resign if you go through the due process, like we are following. Let me say a big thank you to all the people that left from the Liberia district. I came to join the people of district number 10, the people that left from Liberia counties. As I'm having press conference now, I have to tell all of you people thank you, including the people of district number 10, because every day I bring attack. People are saying the reason why we voted for you is the reason why you will always be voted for. The job that we saw you doing is a job that you still doing. And we want you to keep it up. Because we are resolved that you are our leader and we will keep voting for you. So I want to appreciate all of you people that left from your Liberia district, your Liberia counties, that came to join the pop district number 10 to make me the representative of district number 10. We are before the court. Like you people always say, we should respect the law. We will keep respecting the law until the law disrespects itself. But I can safely say to our people and the people of Liberia, if the Supreme Court rule and the ruling of the Supreme Court is not respected, we will take the law into our hand like they are doing. That means there is no law in this country. And if the executive get involved, Joseph Boakai will have to step down. That means he will see to be president of this country no more. I'm saying if the Supreme Court rule and the Supreme Court ruling is not enforced by the executive that's supposed to enforce the ruling of everything, the enforcement arm of this country is the executive. If they cannot enforce it, we will help the Supreme Court to enforce it. Now that we know, like I've been saying, that Joseph Boakai is involved, the whole thing was playing for Mema Breeze to come to convince the speaker to resign so the speaker can be turned over to LACC. And this is what you people are going to see on that day. If the speaker are going to resign, when we are going to have the Jongo justice thing they did to bring Rachel Kun to live for a left hand to be sworn into office. Look at that kind of reckless thing people are doing. Are those people serious people? Where Joseph Boakai gave car for Rachel Kun to you, Joseph Boakai, you are reckless. Look. I will announce the next press conference on my base. This office is an embarrassment to my press conference. You know, I've not spoken for long, so I need to speak to my people. But I want to say some things that the office cannot permit me to see when I'm sitting here. I want to say some things. And I will announce my next press conference at the base. The base I used to use to make Joseph Boakai president. I will announce my next press conference to the base. Liberian people, I want you people to feel relaxed. For Kofa still remain the speaker of this country. I want to see who can take car from him. I want to see who can take the office from him. You have to follow the due process to take Funati from your office. You know, if the police get involved, if the executive get involved and don't respect the law, we use the same disrespect to take Joseph Boakai from power. If the executive, you know, anyway, let the Supreme Court rule. I want the Supreme Court to rule, let the Supreme Court may be disrespected. And let Joseph Boakai sit down here, the Supreme Court may be disrespected. Then you will think somebody got monopoly over rudeness or violence. Then you will think if somebody got rudeness over holding gun. Then you will think somebody got rudeness over holding gun. Somebody got rudeness or violence over holding gun. Then we'll see it. If we want peace, we should respect the court. You see, people say we love violence, but you see, you're respecting the court. Every time people want to, I will tell the speaker, I say, you don't follow the law. The law must be the law. Let the Supreme Court rule. Then people say they can't respect the Supreme Court. Oh, we got no other place to go but the Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court rule, you can't respect the Supreme Court? Oh yeah, but we all will do what we ought to do. Oh yes. Oh yes. We'll do what we ought to do. For Nati Kofa remain the speaker. That mean I put 11 up. To show you that you're not speaker, like why you put 11 up. Have you seen deputy speaker where the chief clerk or the deputy chief clerk is? To be soon, I got something in one meeting but for Nati to resign. I can never, I will never. The day for Nati make that attempt, I will tell Lebrempo for Nati ready to resign. I'm not a part of it. I can never. Lebrempo, Mema wanted to say us. When we go to a meeting, Mema will take part of jealousy, she getting drunk. Mema can never get drunk, she will not getting drunk. But just to do all kind of things, and when you want to, she start misbehaving in a meeting place.
Jerry. Jerry.
Nobody will encourage rioting. And you have heard the whole word has spoken. The U.S. ambassador that we all committed to that example, saying the political process should play out peacefully and we should uphold the rule of law. That's all we are saying. We're not going to negate the fact that people don't have the rights to do what they want to do, but do it inconsistent with the law. Don't try to thwart the law. You're going to be a problem.
Honorable Court, I'm concerned about a circular that I've heard that came from you relating to the heads or head sectors head of sectors there at the House of Representatives. Did you take such communication? Yeah, because we know that people from the other side been harassing our employees, intimidating them, believing that the speakers have been upset and that they wanted to take charge of the building and begin to do administrative. I mean, those are all wrong things. We're just encouraging our colleagues to know that Liberia is all we have. If something was to happen here, not all the ordinary people have the ability to take their family out of this place. We must do everything to preserve and protect the peace of our country. But to continue to try and tread on the path that suggests lawlessness and disorderliness in our country, I think it's wrong and we should not be able to do it. The people elected us to serve them and to provide them environment that will be peaceful to them. So what particularly did you communicate to them?
has instructed them that the Supreme Court, in the issue crisis that we are in, the Supreme Court has instructed stay order and we should return to status quo ante. If the Supreme Court said that, meaning that when you are doing your resolution, go back to begin to do your resolution, the administrative structure of this play, under the leadership of the Speaker remains the same. So you can't be undermining the authority of the Speaker. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was the Honorable Marvin Cole, District 3, Bond County. He is the chair on Rules Order Administration. But as you've been following the majority block under the gavel of Speaker of Representative Richard Kuhn and Deputy Speaker Thomas Fala, appointed several members of the House to various committees. They declared the committee set up, all the committees set up by the Speaker, Fonani Kofal, not involved in the set up committee. So Representative James Collett is their chair on Rules Order Administration. So the staffers in the House of Representatives have been confused because you see Representative Collett started then to the meeting, and then on the other hand, Representative Cole also giving them instruction. So it's a total confusion here at the House of Representatives, and we just spoke with Representative Cole, and he said they all should abide by the Supreme Court order that the House, every member should return to status quo ante. So according to him, the status quo ante is the order telling them to return to where they were before everything started. So that is Front Page Africa. We are here at the grounds of the Capitol, where members of the House of Representatives, the two sides, they are coming gradually ahead of their appearance before the full bench of the Supreme Court today. That is the section of the Capitol building where the Speaker of the House of Representatives office is, as you see this section, and this is where he parked his motorcade. As you see there, the siren and the lights, it's on, the emergency light is on, and there is a section that he parked his vehicles, and he still has his security detail on report that says that he has been stripped of his amenities, his immunities. He still has his security details here, and he's in there. His colleagues are coming gradually, and they are joining him there. Anytime from now, they will be heading to the Supreme Court, where they have been invited before the full bench of the Supreme Court. On the other side, there is the rotunda here, this big place you see here, and this is where the majority bloc used as the entrance to conduct their session in the joint chamber of the legislature. But for now, you see the members of the minority side, the speakers, Aproko group, they are coming gradually, and in there, they are going in there where the speaker is. That is Front Page Africa. My name is Gerald Koine. We are here on the grounds of the Capitol today. We will bring you full coverage of the events that will be unfolding here. That is so important because today is important because after the election of Representative Richard Kuhn by the majority bloc, this is the first day they will be returning, and it is coming the time the Supreme Court has cited them. And let's see what will happen here. That is Representative Safoko District now, Monrovia County. He's heading straight to the office of the Speaker. We hope to be speaking with them and as they come here to the Capitol building. So, just to give you the brief background, most of you are aware what's happening here at the House of Representatives. A group of lawmakers under the attack majority bloc. They are calling for the removal of the speaker. In fact, they have declared the speaker's seat vacant, and they have elected their own representative, Richard Nangwe-Kun of District 11, Monrovia County Unity Party lawmaker partisan, as their speaker. And this happened last Thursday when Deputy Speaker Thomas Fallard presided over the session, where a resolution they said that reached 50 signatures was placed on the agenda in that session, the joint chamber, and the motion was adopted to declare the speaker's seat vacant. And right after that, on the wall ballot, they elected Representative Kun. I think Representative Kun is coming now. Let's see what happened. It is Representative Tall, District 8, Monrovia County.
Our speaker chief and the Supreme Court and information came out. A starter code ante.
We have not received the rate. As far as we are concerned, for legislative proceeding, every instrument that is sent to us once is not able to do is not yet received. So it is today's day that we're going to receive the rate. When we receive the rate, then we are going to determine the next action based on the decision. But let me say this to you. I hear people say the main chamber. If you want to discuss the main chamber, the main chamber is the one that is in the old building. The Chinese annex is not main chamber get out today. If you go to the Chinese annex, you will see a projector there. Thank you.
Very sad.
And we are making
So the rules were not existing at the time you were under the speakership of Speaker Kofa? Chairman.
You are asked to return the status quo ante. Will you go back in the main chamber? What you been putting here?
I think from my understanding is that there was some decision made positions so what I'm doing, we are going to stop.
Yeah.
So when we're about by it, we do
that has to do with receding. That has to do with receding the committee set up in the election of the speaker.
No, somebody far in complaining that they are injured. Under the law, when you are injured, that we bring to the court. So we be.
And when will you go to the court? Today you are invited.
We got our lawyers.
The ambassador released a statement calling for the rule of law. What do you make of the ambassador? I mean, law make up behind you.
And the ambassador and
They're also calling for peace. They're calling for peace and respect the law.
So you just listen to Representative Samuel Koka, District 5, Nimba County. He's the chair of the majority bloc. We listened to him and say he was bad by the order of the Supreme Court to return the status quo ante. We asked him whether it entails rescinding the committee set up in the election of that speaker. He said no. We asked him whether he will return to the main chamber where they usually conduct session under the gavel of the speaker for Nandi Kofa. He said no. We also interviewed Representative Colette and he said no. The main chamber is not where the speaker is. The main chamber is in this building.
Hey, your way.
Stop up, please go upstairs.
We have the transition.
No, so make it quick.
Sitting as presiding officer of the majority bloc. They really let us speak of the majority bloc as well. Representative Rachel Kuhn alongside Chairman Executive Sidney Cunning of District 2, most of the company. There has been a consultation ongoing, and as you can see, Representative Richard Samuel Koba of District 5, Lima County, is the newly appointed chair on judiciary, alongside Honorable Yan G. Flomo, the newly appointed chair on education. There's some consultation ongoing here.
So folks,
good morning, Honorable Speaker,
you're watching from
Honorable Co-Presiding Officer and my distinguished Honorable ladies and gentlemen of the Honorable House of Representatives. I have the honor at this time to announce to you the 12th-day sitting of the third quarter of the Honorable House of Representatives, that of the first session of the 55th Legislature.